chat? This is how you become a good Magic player. You make it so you can't see. Hey, who's this asshole again?
All right, let's see. It looks like we got Grixis Death Shadow versus Counter's Company
again. And this is
in the semifinals.
I feel bad for my boy Felix because Shadow is really, really favored games 2 and 3 against the Collected Company deck.
And why is that?
Because you board out most of your spells in your main board and bring in like most of your spells in your sideboard. Because you just want more removal spells. Because the only way that Counter's Company realistically wins this game is by the combo. Because all of my creatures are bigger, and I play a shit ton of removal spells. So you gotta you gotta sneak it out.
Do you concede to the infinite life combo?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. There's no way to kill anybody who's gained infinite life if you're playing Shadow.
Okay.
Like
but you could thought scour them to death.
Like, straight up, I take out 3 Mishra's Bauble, I take out all the Straight Race, take out the 2 Inquisitions, take out the Team of Battle Rages, and then basically board in my sideboard.
Okay.
Like, Explosives is great, Grim Lavamancer is insane in this matchup, Brutality is just insane in this matchup, Disdainful Stroke hits Coco and Cord, Anger of Gods blows out the board, Kolaghan's Command is a relevant removal spell, Liliana Last Hope is insane, and Liliana Vil is relevant and good. So, like, the 2 Goblin Rabble Masters aren't doing anything, but every other card is
see that. This is not the matchup you bring those in for.
And you can afford to just board like that in this matchup because they don't really play removal. So you really only need 1 or 2 threats in order to close the game out. So you can board out like a couple Gurmag Anglers just so you have more ammunition in the graveyard for the Lavamancers. And then just go like, I've got 4 Death Shadows and I've got Snapcaster Mages, but you're not going to have permanence. So my 2/1 Snapcaster Mage is going to beat you down. Or my Liliana Last Hope is just going to tick up until it ultimates and that will win me the game. I've won won games against Counter's Company with Lily Alts several times.
Oh yeah, I mean
it's goofy how well that card matches up. Like you removal spell a Kitchen Finks, it comes back and then your Lily finishes it.
Yeah.
It kills Vizier. It kills
Mana Dorks.
All the Mana Dorks. It kills the Sack Outlet, Visir Seer.
Yeah.
It doesn't kill Heritage Druid, but that is public enemy number 1. And all of your removal spell kills Heritage Druid, or it's not really killing anything else. You know.
That's fair.
So, on Felix's side,
can you just like keep a hand?
I can't.
Just one.
I was mulliganing every game 1.
Just one.
So like on Felix's side, his really, really good cards are the Duskwatch Recruiter is very, very good in this matchup because it's a mana sink that'll just get you more threats. Like even if you're just playing a 2/2, if you activate it that turn, you've gained +1 card advantage on your side, and that's very relevant in these removal heavy matchups. Eternal Witness is always great because it's a guaranteed 2-for-1.
Yes.
I just get back my whatever X spell. You know, you get your value out of it immediately.
Yeah.
Collected Company is also very, very good in this matchup. This matchup is not impossible on Felix's side, but in games 2 and 3, it's very grindy. And the Grixis Shadow deck, especially with Snapcaster Mage and like Kolaghan's Command Liliana, you can out-grind. You got the grind.
Yeah, so turn 1 Mana Dork. What's the turn 1 Thoughtseize? On your side?
Well, you know, Fetch Shock Watergrave is basically the turn 1 play every single game, so that could mean anything. I guarantee you it's not a Stubborn Denial.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Like 100%?
Unless I know that you're playing Eldritch Evolution, you know, it's not happening. If you can Stubborn Denial on Eldritch Evolution, that's rough.
Yeah,
that's a 2-for-1 right there.
Yeah. It's like good old Theron Visions.
Yep, just gonna draw a card and scry more removal at the top of my deck, hopefully. I mean, Collective Brutality is so actually brutality in this matchup.
And look at that bobble.
Big booble. What's your card? I know what my cards are. What's your card?
That's a Devoted Druid.
What are you drawing? Devoted Druid? Okay, well, I'm not using a removal spell in this Bird of Paradise now. I know what I want.
Do you, though?
I think I do. Oh, God, do I?
Alright. I don't... I'm not sure if I remember spell in hand or not.
Well, if you don't, game is virtually over.
You might have a Dismember?
So I believe I mulliganed to find a removal spell.
I think you have a Dismember in hand at least.
Just cast that.
Yeah, there's Dismember on the end.
Cast that big Dismember right. No, that's a Fatal Push and a Dismember. Just get rid of all of them. You're not. So I killed the Dork as well because I didn't want him to Coco next turn.
Yeah.
Just get all that out of here. And me no likey. No, ew, icky.
There's another Devoted Druid.
Although then I felt immediately really bad because you want a public enemy #1 is sitting right there. If you waste the removal spell on the bird, then next thing you know, hey, Inquisition. What do you got?
Coco, Cord, land. Oh.
Yeah, so the Cord gone, so no infinite mana, but you get a Collected Company. You could just win the game on the spot, which is not what anybody wants to see. That is a fetch land.
I want to see Grixis. I want to see Hurdy McEdgelord lose so hard.
No, never. I have. Oh, that is what that is called. Did I really name it that?
That's what you named it. That's what I put it in there just for you.
Past me. What are you thinking? Are
you regretting your past life choices already?
I have no regrets.
None.
I just confuse myself with my decisions and accept them.
That's also fair.
So, Fetch Shock.
Faithless Looting.
To try to find that other removal spell.
I don't think you did. You did find a Street Wraith, so I guess you could cycle to try to find it.
There's a redraw. And then there is that redraw. Just, hey, do I get the removal spell?
No.
Ooh,
it's a Thoughtseize.
Take the Coco.
Take the Coco.
So,
you're on top draw now.
Yeah, and you can't attack me.
Oof. I mean, he did get a Duskwatch Recruiter.
That is a legitimately, the best card he could have drawn right there would have been Collected Company into the win, followed by Eternal Witness, and then this card, because he gets to play it and activate it this turn.
Yeah. Flashing back Faithless Looting, hoping for a land removal spell.
That was one of his 3 best draws.
Yeah.
So, check the graveyard. Am I screwed? Am I just screwed right now? I got a Gurmag Angler. Am I dead, though? I feel like I'm dead.
I was like, I mean, he can activate it once.
He gets to activate it on untap, upkeep, activate it again. And if he gets a land, then he can activate it twice.
But if you don't play a spell, then what's-his-face flips.
It flips, but on your upkeep, you can activate it again to still find another card, let the flip resolve, and then see where you go from there. Yeah. I did not need to delve out all the way for this. No, okay, this is not a delve. This is a flashback Faithless Looting.
Yeah, you're like, pitch those 2, fetch land.
Yeah, just didn't find a relevant spell, so just fetch land, play Gurmag Angler. And this puts me tapped out, which just signifies to my opponent, like,
you also have no cards in hand either.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
so it's like, hey, if you've got it right now, you just win.
And go find your land.
Like if he activates and gets Vizier, game is over.
Yeah.
You have two activations and 1 draw to find Vizier and win the game on the spot. There's Vizier.
Okay.
It's like, yep, okay, well we're good. Which this is why game 1 isn't as good for Grixis Death Shadow, because you play a lot of fluff. You play a lot of cards that you can just draw that aren't going to do anything, and your opponent's creatures survive.
Let's see that.
Oh man, now we gotta.
It's round 3.
That is round 3, because this is not chronological. That's
You're going the wrong way. That's why.
What we do here is go back.
There you go.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. So my sideboarding was easy. -2 Gurmag Angler, and that's to make room for. That's to give more ammunition.
Yeah.
To the Grim Lavamancers. So -2 Gurmag, -4 Street Wraith, because you don't really need your redraws. -3 Bobble, because you don't really need your redraws. Took out 2 Stubborn Denial, because it's worse than... it is just technically worse than...
Disdainful Stroke.
Disdainful Stroke, thank you. Because it's functionally doing the same role, but Disdainful Stroke guarantees the counter. Look, if they're cording for 1, you still get to counter it. Alright?
Yeah.
That's happening. And then -2 Battle Rage, because you lure on the threats a little bit, and you really don't need the Battle Rage to go out. And then I boarded in everything but the 2 Rabble Masters. So that happened. Felix took out 1 Porcelain Lunge, 1 Viscera, 2 Eternal Witness, 1 Kitchen Finks, 1 Collected Company, 1 Noble Hierarch, 1 Druid, 1 Vizier. Brought in 2 Knight of Autumn, 2 Abrupt Decay, 1 Gideon Allies Zendikar, 2 Path to Exile, 1 Assassin's Trophy, 1 Cabal. So here's what I do and don't like about this. I like that he's bringing in his removal spells, because if you can kill one of Death Shadow's 1 or 2 threats, you're buying yourself a bunch of time.
Yep.
That is great. Knight of Autumn, don't know what that is for, to be honest, because there's not a lot of artifacts or enchantments coming in from Grixis. But it is just a fatty. It is just a big body, and it does gain you some life, so it can buy you some extra time. The Gideon of Ally Zendikar is absolutely great. Gives you a card every turn, and it is itself a win condition.
Yeah.
And then Kumbal is really good as well. I don't like that he took out Eternal Witness and he took out one of his collected companies.
I would definitely agree with that.
And he cut down a Druid. Druid is the... So typically, when you're playing these collected company decks, and I've talked to Felix a lot about this, and I've played the collected company, Counters Company deck before. I spent a lot of time playing it. Typically what you do is you just take out your mana dorks. You take out Birds of Paradise and Noble Hierarch to begin with.
Yeah.
Because you don't really need to accelerate in these games where you know the game is going long. You know you're going to be grinding. Top decking those mana dorks isn't going to be helpful for you. You can leave in Devoted Druid because Devoted Druid is public enemy #1. And that card is a statement on the table. And that statement is, if you don't kill me, I could just win the game.
Fair.
There's many ways to just, like, pop off. How dare you? How dare you make commentary? How dare you talk in chat while you're next to me? What is wrong with you?
We don't have time for that tonight.
I was like, why is he picking up his phone? He's picking up his phone while we're on stream. What could he possibly be doing? Wow.
The important things, Liam. Stating the facts.
And because I got a flip phone, you know I can't talk shit. Damn.
See, Liam, if you get an actual phone, you can clap back.
Oh, I'm out. Stream's over. I'm leaving. Yeah, you guys are going to have to wait another full 3 weeks to finally see what happens in this top 8.
So we're just going to DBZ this?
Do the JoJo in credit.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Just ripping out a chunk of your precious paper.
How dare you?
So we can write down what's in his hand.
I will never know what the sideboards are now.
This hand, kind of stinky. Double Quarter Calling. Devoted Druid, Scavenging Ooze. So you have the combo in hand, but now you don't. And those Chords of Calling, that's another one. A Quarter Calling is a card that I like boarding out 1 or 2 copies of against these Thoughtseize mid-range decks. Because they're going to be using removal spells every turn on your dudes, and you're not really going to have an opportunity to actually convoke Chord of Calling.
Right.
So I take Druid here, and now your hand is Scavenging Ooze into 2 cards that are unplayable.
Right. Well, the other thing that now, though, too, is a lot of them are cutting down on the chord for the new the Hour of Devastation, or Promise of Devastation.
Yes.
Which is so much better.
I recently played against a Turbo Vizier deck that was playing 4 Eldritch Evolution, 4 Hour of Devastation. Is that it?
Promise.
Promise of Devastation. Promise?
Promise.
Yeah. That's a weird name.
Right. Well, it's weird for the green one, because like in Hour of Devastation set, the Hour of Devastation was red. And so it's like, why are you just fucking with the names?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't associate devastation as like a keyword of green either.
Yeah, right. It's just like, and then the red one is the
Hour of Thickness, Promise of Thickness. That's
right.
it. There we go. But okay, so 8 non-creature spell, Finale of Devastation. That's the one.
Yeah.
You've been wrong all along. Thank you.
There you go.
So 4 of those, 4 Eldritch Evolution, and then 4 of the split card that is turns dudes into frogs, and then looks at the top 5 cards of your library and gets a creature, and then 4 copies of the Phyrexian Mana one, Postmortem Lunge.
Yeah.
They're just going hard on that combo.
Yeah.
Really fun. So,
Collective Brutality.
no, that's Dismember.
Dismember? Excuse me, you're correct.
Yeah. Choosing to not pay life. Fetch land tapped, only paying 2 life for the Dismember. Because in this matchup, unless you have Shadow in hand, you're losing life for no reason. You don't want to just pointlessly spend your life in the Death Shadow deck, despite the name Death Shadow.
So now you have to find a removal spell, or have to have a removal spell in hand for that.
I probably have several removal spells.
Oh,
So Snapcaster Mage, just Dismember it again. Paying 2 more life.
And the grind fest begins.
We are in full grind right now. So this is why the Chord is inherently bad, because he's going to untap with Chord of Calling for 1.
Yeah.
You're not
right.
And Chord of Call. You can Chord of Call for
and with the finale with 4 mana, you can do it for 2.
Yeah, and then another Druid is in play.
Yeah.
And that is way more threatening.
Does he send a message and just stick that Ronus?
You do. You absolutely do. Just bam,
All right.
Cronus. What up? I'm okay with this because Ronus actually can't block.
Currently.
And if I'm playing removal spells all day, that Ronus never gonna block. So you know what? Get in for 2 with this nerd. I want to know why Snapcaster Mage has 2 power. That dude's a nerd. Like he should not have 2 power.
Arm cannon.
That's true. I feel like he should have 2 toughness. But then he just gets to wall things, and that's not fun either.
It's just like he has 2 power because arm cannon. That's it.
Because Tiago Chan. I guess Tiago Chan, the guy who made the card, is ripped in real life. So Liliana Last Hope on an empty board. Liliana versus Ronus.
I mean, Ronus is still a creature while it's on the board.
But the way that this matches up, Liliana gives your guy -2 power.
Yeah.
Ronus is never going to buff that guy into attacking.
You can just buff it twice.
Depending on what creature it is. Ronus needs 5 or 4 power. I think it's 4 power, 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you need 6 mana for Ronus and your other creature to attack, and if you dump 6 mana into a creature and a removal spell gets put on that creature, you time walked yourself, buddy. That's not good.
I mean, with the 2 chords he has in hand, though, he can chord for 2 now.
Yes, he can
like
chord.
your end step.
Yeah. Okay. So it just being default 2/1 because Bob is. I feel like that's pretty weak. We had a lot of like people were talking about the color spectrum of like, well, red has Young Pyromancer as a 2/1, black has Dark Confidant, that's a 2/1. You know, we have Snapcaster Mage in blue, and then Goyf kind of breaks the mold and is just gigantic. And then white has like Stoneforge Mystic, but Stoneforge is a 1/2.
It's a 1/2, yeah.
Yeah.
They have Thalia.
I think you could not.
White is Thalia.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So green is breaking the mold in this sense, but it's appropriate because green is about the big fatties. So he's got Quarter Calling up.
I think he just plays a land and passes.
Yep. And that's a decent land to play in this matchup. Horizon Canopy is inherently better because it just redraws you. And you just want to cycle.
Right, but sometimes you be able just to like
never underestimate.
Like block his Kitchen Finks, put a counter back on it, just have the infinite blocker and gain.
My Kitchen Finks is immortal. My favorite.
Ooh, that's a Grim Lavamancer.
That is infinite removal, right there. So I don't play Legacy because like I drive up to Yakima like 5 out of 7 days of a week, twice on Fridays. And I don't want to have to drive up on Saturday to play Legacy or Sunday to play like Smash Bros.
He's going to be moving to Yakima soon, so he'll probably start playing Legacy.
I'm working on my year-end goal is to be in Yakima before the year's end.
Courting for
and then
3.
Then I'll be all over everybody like a gigantic coast to coast, town to town.
Promises.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Like it's a 30-minute drive.
So he could if he's courting for 3, he could get the Knight of Autumn. Put the 2 carrots on it, Ronus can now attack.
Didn't convoke, because he doesn't play anything with CMC 4.
Right.
Okay, I thought if he had the Angel, like a real bad spot right now.
Oh, Shalai?
Yeah, if he had Shalai right there.
Ooh.
That would have been a real bad spot. Because like
we've told him that like Shalai is a 1 of... I think he's now added it. I don't agree with the Kitchen Finks. I think if he'd gotten the Knight of Autumn...
No, so here's why you get Kitchen Finks. Because that's a Grim Lavamancer in play.
You have a Lily!
Oh, yeah. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
does it matter what you even get on 3? What do you get on 3 right now? Eternal Witness? Witness give back something?
No, so if he'd gotten the Knight of Autumn, right, he'd have the 4/3. Ronus could attack, so you'd have to Trump block with Snapcaster.
Okay, you got a 4/3, but it's still dead. It's still dead to Grim Lavamancer shoot it, Lily tick up on it.
Right, but he takes the Snapcaster off the board.
How?
Because Ronus can attack then, so you attack the Lily, so it forces you to chump block.
I would not chump block that.
So you let Lily die?
Lily doesn't die.
Ronus is 5.
Okay, I would jump block.
Learn the cards, Liam.
I played that card too. I'm just tired, dog. My brain doesn't work good when I'm tired.
Nothing works good.
Yeah.
Horizon Canopy.
Get that fresh redraw.
Right.
And man, the Lavamancer Liliana Last Hope is so... That's a struggle.
Yeah.
That is a struggle right there, man. Like, I don't enjoy playing games like this because it's clearly not fun for my opponent when it's just like playing creature removal.
Those are the best games.
It's just not... I don't think it's that fun. It just feels like... You just see your opponent their soul slowly dying in front of you, and you're like, man, just pull the plug already. I'm
no,
sorry.
Those are the best. That's why I play War Control. Just like what?
Well, you see, you're a bad person, though. I'm still retaining the semblance of being a good person.
Are you though?
It's a facade.
Okay.
Yeah. Gets a scry on. You never just let that guy die. Always scry.
Yeah.
Puts the card on bottom. That's not looking good. But again, Lily Emblem is just going to come in here.
Yeah.
I'm usually not very patient with my Lily Emblems. I'm usually just like pop it immediately because I don't want my opponent to like untap and trophy it or like untap and do something to
I don't
remove it.
think you would have to worry too much about that in this matchup.
Especially when you got Lavamancer in play.
Yeah.
But I'm always paranoid about it. Very, very good draw right now. This is probably... This isn't the best draw because like Collected Company is still better to get you tier permanents, but this gets you a redraw, which is important.
Yeah.
So he goes to pump it, which means he doesn't get a redraw off of it, and then there's no activation of Lavamancer in response because there's just a Fatal Push in hand.
Yeah.
And now I have more fuel for the.
That's what I'm saying. Like
anyway.
he should have just activated it to draw the card, just to get a redraw from that.
And then I just go upstairs.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you might as well just try and put that clock on. Yeah, I would definitely disagree with when he did the 3. He should have just looked at the top 3 and found another threat.
Yeah. So I was thinking about it, like, hey, do I take this up? But given that Grim Lavamancer has another activation in its system,
if you sack it, then yeah.
It just seemed better just to like try to close out the game. And I was not prepared for this. I did not. I own a Liliana emblem. I own a Liliana emblem. It's at my house, but I had zombie tokens. They weren't in my sideboard because I just never expect to actually get the Lily emblem.
You disappoint me.
Here's what I do like about the Lily emblem in Shadow. Gurmag Angler is a zombie.
Yeah, so you
He's
do
a zombie fish.
Yeah.
And every time I've got a Gurmag Angler in play, and you get that additional zombie.
I was so happy when I pulled a foil out of the pack, and I was like, oh, you want $15? Here. It's like, yeah, fine with this. $15 for a foil common. The same thing with the Monastery Swiss Spear. Got one of those. Like, this is $18.
Yeah.
Take it.
Swiss Spear good.
I'm pretty sure that lands. I'm pretty sure it's just game now, right? Oh, Horizon Canopy. All right.
It's not game yet. It's not game yet because he's still at 9. It's kind of kind of blocked, but Felix is at 9. I have not been pressuring his life.
11. Well, I was like because I was looking, I was like, you could Lavamancer him to 7, swing and then Lavamancer again, possibly, depending on what you drew because you have the fetch land.
The reason that I've been playing this game so conservatively is because I don't need to play it aggressively, and because I have no way of actually retaining my life total in this game.
Yeah.
Every point that I lose is never coming back. So there's no reason to overextend and to take
that's a lie. You
risk taking
run
damage.
Collective Brutality.
Okay, that's fair. But you generally don't drain your opponent for 2 with Brutality.
You're not wrong. But.
Especially in Shadow. If they're playing Burn, I have pitched Death Shadows to Collective Brutalities to drain my opponent for 2 against Burn. So, just getting in. Will you block?
Is that a Thoughtseize?
Yeah, I left Thoughtseize in this matchup because it's still fine.
Well, no, I was supposed to, like, you... I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, if I was fixed, I'd probably block the Snapcaster. But...
Yeah, well, I mean, if you block Zombie, less zombies come into play.
Yeah.
If you block Snapcaster, you can get it. It can get Kolaghan's commanded back.
Yeah. So, like, here's Knight of Autumn.
Honestly, I probably should have just played Thoughtseize.
Yeah, because that's
to add more fuel to the fire.
That's why I said, like, you have Thoughtseize, you shouldn't play it. That's what I was getting at.
But I'm playing conservatively, and I don't want to. I mean, at this point in the game,
I don't think it matters now, right? Because
Knight of the Autumn is a 4/3 in this board state, but I'm attacking in next turn with 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 zombies.
Yeah.
Do not like that attack because you want to be on big blocks, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll take it. Sure, I'll take 6.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like, I'm pretty sure either way he would have been dead, right? Because you can't activate.
Yeah, because now I've got 10 power in play, so you have to block with the Knight of Autumn.
Which way he was going to anyway.
and then you still die.
Yeah.
Because the Lava Mancer shoots
Well, yeah,
you.
I was thinking
You
like
had to have both blocks.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at it was, if you had cast it, if you had done it the correct way, you could have thought seized, done them both. There's a fetch land to then play whatever else you have in your hand.
Well, I got fetch land.
Yeah. So
yeah, he just kind of realizes like, oh, didn't really need to attack there, but that game was
he
already.
he was on the downhill slide at that point.
That game was like, I put him in a coffin. I laid him down gently in the coffin at some point. I was really taking the time with the nails. So he kept going. We kept going. We kept going. There's finally I was like, well, you know, even if I wake up in this coffin, we're not busting out like Kill Bill style.
You don't know.
That's actually not possible. They did Mythbusters on that.
I think if
burst away out of the coffin.
If it's 6 feet, it's not possible.
That's too much weight.
Yeah. I think that they were saying if it was like 3, I think at 3 feet though you could. Cause I know they've done multiple tests on the depth. Like if it's an actual like 6 feet down, yeah, there's no way.
I think the problem was you couldn't get enough force in the punch to get through the coffin.
Depends what.
It wasn't the issue wasn't digging up. The issue was you wouldn't be able to break the coffin. Because even 3 feet of dirt, that's a lot of weight on top of that already wood.
Yeah.
Like you got limited. You got like 2-3 inches to punch up. I think it's over, man. If you're like a contortionist and you can like get your knees up on your chest and like push up, even then, like, man.
Well, the thing is, like, what you're doing is when you're punching is trying to like get a break in and then just let the dirt. You're trying to dig the hole.
You have to get a big hole.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I just think like if you get buried alive in a coffin, just hope that you don't wake up. That's it. Just accept it. Hope you don't wake up. There's no solution there.
At that point, to go back to sleep, right? Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna run out of oxygen, so whatever.
Think
about my life.
It's effectively the same thing. It's just going back to sleep.
You probably panic, have like an adrenaline rush, but still.
And then waste up more oxygen, and then just pass out sooner. All right.
Yeah.
Same concept.
Yeah.
Looks like you're both taking a mulligan here. Or you're both just shuffling.
The double mulligan, or the big shuffle. Which one is it? I think it's the double mulligan.
Yeah, because you have D&T built for Legacy, right?
Yes, I do.
Looking back through the chat.
Yes, I do.
Death and Taxes. While there's shuffling, how does that match up against the mono red prison or the mono red Painter Servant combo?
It's heavily in Death and Taxes' favor, because you have Phyrexian dude.
Phyrexian Revoker.
Yeah, that shuts down the combo from the get-go. You play enough basics that you don't care about them blood mooning you, and then you play 4 swords, and you play Thalia, which is really hard for them. And then your sideboard cards are all really relevant.
So,
I didn't know about the matchup, but I play tested a bunch of it against Zach, and I won like most of the games. Like if he didn't combo me off turn 1,
yeah,
like it was in my favor.
Meow.
Wee.
Do you think that the new Karns are going to see play in that deck?
See, I was thinking about that, but you play Thalia, so that Karn's not going to come down on turn 4. He's going to come down on turn 5.
Right, but I'm not saying against like this necessarily your deck. I'm saying in general. Do you think Karn's going to see play
in Legacy?
Yeah.
Yes.
In
Painter Servant? Yes.
Okay.
In D&T, I could see people making builds around it because you could just like...
In D&T?
Well, you can get Phyrexian Revoker from your sideboard. You can get Pithing Needle from your sideboard.
Okay.
So that seems like legit. But
all right.
Again, like if you got a Thalia in play, it makes it way worse. But I like the utility that Karn adds of just tapping into your sideboard.
Yep. It's like turn 1 bird, turn 1 Thoughtseize taking...
I believe that is a removal spell. Is that a trophy in his graveyard?
I think so. I think it is.
Court of Calling Lands.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty easy choice. I got a Shadow in my hand.
Meow. Hi.
Another fetch land.
Yep. Make a one finally. All right. Hi.
How come you don't have a cat cam? That's the real question. You can make a cat cam. Hello. Come here.
I was like, it's just.
Oh, you a fatty, jeez.
I told you.
Say hello to the cat stream. Oh, improvement. Immediate improvement.
That's Pepper. He is the elephant.
Hello, elephant cat. He's a big boy.
Mm-hmm. Which is really weird because he's like 15.
Yeah, usually they get all skinny. I
Yeah,
got a cat that's 15. She's like a big old skeleton.
Yeah, that's just like...
That's a fatal push on the bird, and then play a 1/1 Death Shadow.
Hi.
Look at that. The cat's actually kissing him right now. You can tell. You can see it on stream. Too hot for stream.
It's making biscuits on my stomach right now.
Oh no, it's kneading your stomach.
Right, like, how do cats always know, like, right where the bladder is? I swear to God, it's like, oh, your bladder's right here.
Because the cats also feed on your misery.
I mean, you're not wrong, especially the black ones.
Not only do they get attention, but they're gonna make you feel uncomfortable. And it's like a win-win for them.
Dude, like every time, like, hey, I want you to turn on the faucet for me so I can drink water. Stand right in your bladder.
Dude, my cat. We have a full water bowl for my cat, but every time I take a shower, she'll jump into the shower afterwards and like lick up the water that's left in the shower. And I look at her and she'll like look at me and then act like she's doing something wrong and run away. But I'm looking at you because you're a little freak. I want to know what's up. Like, what are you doing?
Yes, this match is very much a grind fest.
I can tell this match took forever. Why? Because we got distracted by the cat. Is that the reason?
Well, this is a very grind. It's like Abzan versus Abzan. You know that's just gonna be a stupidly grindy match.
I think it's because the Thoughtseize saw like no relevant spells.
Yeah.
He was basically fetching to eventually play like a Cortical.
Oh, okay. He is super far behind now.
Yeah, Liliana uptick. I'll get rid of my land. You get rid of your land.
Yeah.
But now every creature, the next two creatures that you play are like dead on board.
Yeah.
And Shadow just keeps going in, although Shadow is a 3/3 right now.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, he has 2 cards in hand.
Now, this match did take forever, which is one of the reasons why I don't like this matchup that much, because the game 2 and 3 are just super grindy. And, like, every single spell that your opponent plays, you kill, and it's, like, not very fun for them.
Like, oh no, a Scavenging Ooze. Whatever will I do? Down tick Lily.
Would be even worse is, like, play removal spell, uptick, discard land.
Yeah.
So, Thought Scour. See what you got.
Did you find a Gurmag?
No, even
Nope.
better.
Second Death Shadow seems fine. Hit you for 3.
3, yeah.
So, I mean, effectively...
Felix is at 10. I'm at 10. Felix is at 13 right now.
So he's effectively on like a...
Look at the placement of that life total right there on stream.
Oh.
I said that earlier, but you were not paying attention.
I was not.
Yeah. There you go. You can see life totals
There you
again
go.
in the matchup where my life total matters. Yay!
Does it really?
I mean, have you read Death Shadow?
Doesn't matter at all.
Thought seizing for fun. I know he's got Cord, but basically you're just thought seizing your Gross Shadow.
Yeah.
Take down Liliana to swing.
And then he goes down to 3, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you effectively just... Yeah.
Goes down to 3. There's 2 lethal threats in play. And
Well, I was like, yeah. So you have the Law of Mancer just to take him out in 2 turns, worst case scenario. Alright, so Death Shadow in 3?
Yes.
All right.